Hi, I'm Tom Lydon, editor of ETF Trends, here in San Diego at the Charles Schwab Impact Conference. I'm here with Ted Lucas, who's head of Systematic Strategies and ETFs at Hartford. Great seeing you, Ted.
Likewise, Tom. Thank you.
So, Lattice Strategies and the Hartford recently came together. Tell us about that. And most people, when they think about Hartford, think about insurance, but that's not necessarily the case, right?
That's true. The Hartford obviously has a long and deep history in the insurance business, but over the last 20 years, Hartford Funds has been built as really an asset management capability, largely in partnership with Wellington Management. So there's a suite of 43 different mutual funds that Wellington sub-advises. Hartford Funds has built a great business, great relationships with advisors all over the country.
Yeah, and now with the partnership with Lattice Strategies, now they are firmly in the ETF space.
They are, and I think the leadership at Hartford Funds has been very visionary to say that we need to be able to deliver different tools and a wider array of tools, both in terms of the delivery format, ETFs and mutual funds, and also sitting alongside the high active share mutual funds sub-advised by Wellington and Schroeder's coming online, having systematic strategies. So really it's about providing tools to the advisors that Hartford Funds serve.
Right, so the suite that you'd built over the years at Lattice and now that's available through Hartford ETFs, but you hit the ground running. You've got a lot of other things going on. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's been an exciting time. So we launched our first 4 ETFs about a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. Those are basically covering the global equity opportunity set. So US, developed markets, emerging markets, global small cap. They're multi-factor strategies. Our investment philosophy is to take a risk-first approach to designing strategies. So really thinking about how do we intentionally take risks that we believe will be rewarded, manage those that, or mitigate those that might not be. Yeah. So out of the gates, very important that those now 5 strategies. We launched a multi-factor REIT strategy a couple weeks ago, that the client-facing folks at Hartford Funds have an opportunity to introduce those to their clients. Yes. But the certainly goal is to continue to create solutions that solve challenges that we're hearing our clients face on the investment side.
Well, I remember sitting down with you over a year ago and you talking a little bit about your smart beta strategies, and most importantly, I remember in emerging markets and how you were really adamant about minimizing state ownership within the allocation, and really what that means, because there's so many emerging market funds and ETFs that put a huge weighting in those areas where you really don't know what you own.
That's true. So obviously capitalization weighted indexing is a very cost and tax efficient way to get market exposure, but depending on the universe, so emerging markets is a good example, there can be what we think are risk inefficiencies. So in the case of emerging markets, most emerging market indexes hold maybe 22 countries. What we find is really just a handful of the large countries that dominate the capital allocation. So there's a concentration issue there where China, South Korea, Taiwan are over 50% typically in a cap-weighted index, and the other, depending on what index you're looking at, 18 or 20 countries make up a much smaller part of the capital allocation. Yeah. Same, as you said, with state-owned enterprises, often multinationals like a Samsung or TSMC, very large positions, both about 20-25% of the South Korean Taiwanese market, but deriving the majority of their revenue outside of emerging markets and not really giving you the pure local economic exposure that an investor might want.
So everyone talks about smart beta, but when I actually relate it to what's going on in the industry, I think of that story, and I remember being in your conference room and you telling me that, and I thought, that's what this is all about. I think advisors and investors are really embracing smart beta and multi-factor strategies, single-factor strategies, but it's really that value add that when you lift up the hood and find out more about it, I think it's great. So the fact that Hartford Funds really now have that partnership with you, I'm really excited for you, and I'm really excited for them.
Thanks
so congratulations.
Appreciate it.